Welcome to the A Plague Tale Innocence 100% achievement video. Hope you enjoy. So we start off here with our dog and our father in the forest. Then we come up to this tree and have our first sling training. This is the main weapon of the game, by the way. Then our dog runs off to the forest and we follow to see a boar, which we try to kill, but then we ran after the boar and eventually see our dog in this hole, which I'm not gonna show you, but it was very sad for me. Then that's the start of the game. We are back at the castle. Our father tells us to warn our mother, but we found our first collectible, and this is the second training area. Another collectible. And we collect this in the kitchen and this in the bedroom. Then we talk with our mother, which I get she is very busy with trying to heal our brother, but alright, I'm not going to say anything. And this is our brother, Hugo. And then we see the Inquisition came for our little brother. And our father is dead now. Then we had to run stealthily, of course. And just before we left, our mother came to save us. Then we tried to live with our mother while avoiding the guards. When we go a little further, our brother had his first episode, and our mother calms him down. Then we escape with the help of this man, but he kinda found us. So we run, but our mother stays behind. And I think she is dead. Then we run to the forest and into the river. And that's the first episode. And we get out of the river to the forest to find this doctor, I think. And along the way we found our another collectible.
Excuse me, please wait.
Then we came up to this village, which looks very barren because of the plague. And we find our another collectible. Then we find this cross, which means there are sick people inside. Then we feed our brother, which is another missable achievement. I was going to say trophy. Yeah. Then we came up here to see crazed folk, which is burning people. I don't know why. And then we run from them. Then this old lady saves us. And we find our another collectible. After changing our clothes, we find this first upgrade bench, which we need to upgrade all of this equipment and sling for another 2 achievements.
Right, I must go and thank Clovey.
Then we argue with our brother,
Both of them, so shut up.
Lying, I hate you.
which he runs off.
Hugo, no! No, monsters! Leave him alone!
Then this is the place where we kill our first enemy.
I didn't want to.
Yeah. And this is the first boss, I think, which is dealt with easily. Then we go into the church. And this is the second episode. In the church, we find another collectible.
Oh, a necklace.
It's a rosary.
Then we leave it.
Amicia, there's someone there.
Children,
Flowers.
To
They're so
see a
pretty.
priest. Yeah, this is the first
They're
flower
carnations.
collectible,
We had some in my herbarium, but those ones are prettier.
Hugo, we have to keep
which is
moving.
weird.
Wait, over here.
What?
It's kind of cool, but
And
weird
it's pretty too.
because
Oh,
time and the place, right?
all right.
Now we can go.
We are
Thank you, Hugo.
running for
You're
our
welcome.
lives. Anyway,
Father,
this is the priest,
you again. I told you to
just a
leave.
moment. Just a...
You have no idea.
which he takes us down,
Leave while you still
but
can.
needs some
Someone
convincing
has to
first.
help us. Do it for him at least.
It started with bites during the night. Then the sickness spread. First in families, then to everyone. Fever, boils.
And this is our first encounter with the rats.
No.
Which they eat the priest,
What
and
is
we
it?
find
Can
our
we use it on
another
the rats?
collectible.
That torch.
Then we
a
got
hole in the
separated from
I'll
Hugo.
lift this up. Can you get the torch?
Yes.
It's heavy. Hugo, hurry up. Come.
So basically these rats
Hugo, are you all right?
can't come up.
I know this drawing.
A tablet from the Crusades.
Along the way we of course collect everything we can, every single material. And this is what their hive looks like.
They did that. Run, Hugo.
Then we escape the underground. And this is the third episode. We are still following the river to find this doctor.
What is
Here
it?
we find another
A sort of
collectible.
jar?
That stuff inside looks strange.
Along the way we find these guards, which we need to sneak through. After the area with the enemies, Hugo runs off to hide. And then we
Hugo?
need to find him
Hugo?
for another
Where
achievement.
are you? Hugo, it's not funny. Hugo,
You found me.
do you really think this is the time to be playing games?
But
Then we head back
no.
to this
Is
wrecked
it a book?
boat
Notes.
and find the
A journal.
collectible.
He was an alchemist.
Then we came up to this farming area.
We all have to mock him. That's why we signed up.
Hey, pigs.
Again we need to
We should
sneak
hide.
through.
It's dangerous.
We can't kill anyone so far.
What?
And this is kinda how stealth works in this game.
What do we have here?
Kinda easy. Then we get off,
Hugo,
and
we can't stay.
Hugo has
Not
another
here.
episode.
I feel funny.
Come on.
This time we calm him through. Then we carry him
I don't believe it.
to this area
No, no, the torch! Get to the torch, quickly!
and run from the plague. Rats.
We made it!
Hello.
And we came up here
Amicia.
to find another flower.
Hugo!
It smells funny.
It's alcohol from the stills.
Upstairs of the house we find another
drawing.
collectible.
What
Then
does
we
it
find our
represent?
alchemist and Lucas,
Mr. Laurentius.
his apprentice.
Stop right there. He's contagious.
Then we go off to this lab
They've managed
in the
to
barn.
get in. Find a way to keep him busy.
And the rats being everywhere, we need
We
to
have to reach the back of the
distract them with something,
We can use this.
which
I
we
see.
do with this pig,
Let me help you.
sadly.
Are you going to teach him?
There's a ladder down the side. Come on.
I'm not
There's
gonna
no
show it,
other
but
way. Come on.
it
Over
was
here.
screaming a lot.
A pig.
Yeah, logically.
Do it slowly. It's
Then
not
we
dangerous.
get to here.
Alright.
We learn ignifier,
Alright.
which how you burn up these lights from distance. Then we came down,
Come on.
up and down actually, to see
Leave me alone.
Hugo, listen. About earlier.
already.
I
Come
just
on.
wanted to tell you that I'm
Yeah,
no. Amicia.
and this is our older alchemist guys in the house.
We need that.
So we had to run again. We use this windmill
Lucas, this way.
and hop on this boat, and that's the 4th level.
He seems well. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
So now we are following this aqueduct.
There are so many.
We are we are doing a lot of following. Then we came up to this left side to find another
They're so
flower.
pretty. What are they again?
Gladioli.
Then after some
A sign.
battlegrounds,
Yes. We can't
we
stay
find
here.
another
What's that horn?
and
It's
another.
odd.
And here is another missable achievement, which we need to save this soldier to get it.
You saved me. Thank you.
And this is another
Hey,
weapon type of thing to put them asleep. And this is another collectible, which is a nice reference, I think.
Is this of any use to us? It's a tool for calculating.
And at this point I started to kill everyone I see. Then at the end of this episode we see these 2 thieves,
let us go.
which we tried to run with them but got caught in the way. And that's the 5th.
Where's my brother? Hey, keep
In
your
the
voice
next
down.
episode, thieves come back to
Don't
save
stop
us.
whistling. You don't need it. Jax. For
And
you.
that's another collectible.
Coins.
And another.
Aren't you going to take them? English currency. Never to bastards. The
Then we find
bastards.
Hugo
You're gonna keep it
and
with us,
free
right,
him.
guys?
Amicia.
Oh,
They said they were going to take me away, and I wouldn't see you again.
And then I started killing everyone.
this is the English declaration.
Yeah, this is the last collectible in this chapter. And we see him again. I forgot his name, but he saved us.
Take them out,
We ran again,
The Inquisition.
killing
What the hell
everyone.
did you do?
on the path.
Let's go.
And this is the 6th episode.
We're going to use it to cross.
What?
Then we are going back to the Lucas.
Promise.
Very well.
Not much.
This is the water wheel area where I got the next
Oh,
collectible and flower.
Hawthorne. Sorry.
Don't worry. If it's in his blood.
This is where we rest, but enemies came in the night. So we had to run.
He has a helmet.
But first, this is where we
Devorantis.
get
What?
the other
Devorantis.
utility item.
Hit him on the head with a rock. Go on. A map of the whole
This is the map.
country. You look well.
Yes.
Then
I
we
was in a
meet with
cage.
Lucas.
Then there was a huge explosion.
And this is the first
My eyes
alchemist
sprained.
card,
The cart's packed full of alchemical
which we need
material.
4 other. Then we go into the aqueduct.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Is this place anyway?
And this area.
We found it.
And this is the castle.
Whoa.
Our castle actually.
Is that supposed to be
Along the way
miracle
we
remedy they
collect
talk about?
everything
Come, Hugo.
of course.
Ready, Melly? As long as we get
Then
out
we
of the way. Come on. The sea
kind of
is
clean
over
this
the
place from rats with these moving braziers. And then after it, this is
wall.
chapter
Stop
7.
us losing them in all the mess.
Then chapter 8 is just
Green lion
Vulcan
devouring
in the
the
castle.
sun. And thanks for looking after us. Come on,
And
let's
this
go.
is another missable collectible.
Wow. An alchemist's crucible. A manual of the language of birds. Poetry. What have you found?
Here.
After the cutscene, Lucas tells us in order to save Hugo, we need a secret book in the university, so we go after it. Before going into the city, we collect our 6th flower,
Lavender.
which is another
Are
achievement.
you off? What's that crowd on the
And we
bridge?
got
It's
separated in the city
they're being
with Melly
evacuated.
because she is
Let me
trying to
guess. The
save
bite's
her
here.
brother.
Exactly. And where there's the bite, you'll also it might be warm, but God, that smell on the way.
And towards the university, we had to go through this cemetery. And I think this is the worst place you can go in this Plague City, right?
The Inquisition must have put it here. Looks like it pivots.
Then we learn how to make odoris, which attracts rats. And then collect our next collectible. And second, alchemist. For another achievement, we had to go through this main door of the library. So we kill everyone and finish the level. Inside the library, we've collected everything we can.
Daisy, you're far from home too, aren't you?
First the flower, then the curiosity.
That's strange.
Then we save Roderick.
It would help us a lot.
And this is how the aim lock works
Hurry on.
sometimes
I'll
in
keep
this
them
game.
back.
Which you can't shoot anyone. Even if you do, you miss. Then we find the
That
book
must be it. I'll have to climb up.
and get it after puzzles.
Oh,
First
let's leave that where
curiosity.
it is.
Then we leave with this book.
Lucas, he has
More
trouble with his
collecting
eyes
though.
sometimes.
And this is the 100th MO. Here we learn Extinguish. We are going to use this a lot later on.
This could change a lot of things.
Especially for them.
Then we find the 3rd alchemist card.
What are we going
And
to
we
do?
escape through the
Follow me.
burning building.
Look after your book.
Then we came back and it's been 3 weeks. And this episode is just like a filler mission. Doing nonsense actually. But we
I
got
didn't see
another
you there.
flower.
He must have been hiding under the weeds.
Then Hugo has another threshold in a sickness. In the meantime, Tease came back, Melly and Alex. So we learn our mother is still alive in this
Dead and alive.
castle with
My
Grand
dear.
Inquisitor, I think.
We came because.
But
well,
before that, we need to
Arthur
cure
will tell you.
Hugo,
After
so
our
we
little
go
adventure
back
with
home
your heretic burning
to our mother's lab.
I never thought I'd come back here. Not so soon.
We find the potions and we leave.
In this house, we find the last gift of this game.
She used to write all her letters
And
here
then up the
before
road,
sending them by
we
pillar.
find these soldiers, which
I'm
we
not
need
going
to
get
keep them
anything
alive
useful out of him.
for another missable achievement.
Oh my God. Is this real?
Then we came up to our home. As you can see, everywhere is rats now.
Or is it
Then
your
we
father's?
collected the
Yes.
collectibles along the way.
We'll get there.
And another flower.
The cart.
Then the
Not too
3rd,
far, I'm pushing
I
it.
think,
No,
alchemist
I'll light it and
card.
you push it. What? All
And
right,
there is a
listen.
card
You
section
saw
here
what happened
that
earlier.
I'm not going to
You
show
just gotta
because
let
it's
us pass
taking
like
too
that.
long.
All right.
But after that,
Get
we
your
came to the laboratory. And this is another collectible. Sorry for the darkness. It was dark at the time. Then we make the potion while battling rats.
What's What's
but
happening?
they calmed down when the potion down.
Bitter. Never mind.
Then we went back
Drink it in one
and
gulp.
gave the potion to our brother Hugo. So this episode is kind of weird because Hugo is missing and we are trying to find him. But along the way, we fell down into this pit and find ourselves into this dream world. In the dream sequence, we still
We weren't
collect
arguing anymore.
collectibles.
His ragdoll.
This doll first, and this
A knight's figurine.
another figurine.
One of its toys.
Then we wake up,
Hugo.
and here Hugo is screaming.
He's there. Wait.
Then we
They
save
didn't
him
catch
again
her, did they?
from a
Why
cage.
did you walk like that?
I heard her. She was calling me.
It must have been a night. Look, Hugo.
Then we find another flower.
Let go of
At the end of this episode, Hugo runs off again and gets captured. In this episode, we are playing as Hugo and trying to find our mother.
cheat.
Along the way, we got another flower.
I mustn't touch the berries.
Then had to reload my save and went into this room before the sergeant or the captain, I don't know him.
Oh, Hugo.
Then we find our mother.
Did they take your blood?
She tells us to find a key to rescue her. After saving her, we learn that Hugo can control these rats.
You're going to.
At the end of this episode, we got captured again, and Grand Inquisitor made a test on us, I guess, by killing these enemies using the rats. After killing every one of them, they took our mother again, and Hugo is captive. Again. 1 month later, still waiting for Hugo,
Oh, what are you doing?
then found another
Hugo should
flower.
have found you.
And then in this episode, I collected everything in the castle, and then fully upgraded my sling, then reloaded the save
Not bad.
to fully upgrade the equipment. It is kinda hard to
work because of the snow.
upgrade everything in the one same file, but it can be done with looking around everywhere.
They should make
while
things a little
collecting.
easier.
So I probably didn't need to
That well,
do
but
this.
He
Then
would like you.
really?
You
this
said
puzzle again,
you were captured,
I
you managed to
started to
escape.
hate this puzzle
You're like a hero from a book
because
or
it's
something.
taking too long. Then even though the lights, rats overflown this hole, I think. So we are surrounded by
Right,
it.
if the rats have
Then
got
we
you,
ran into the castle.
They're not kids anymore.
Then we save Hugo from mind control or something like that. Then kill Nicholas, the
to
captain.
death.
After that, we made a plan for revenge and also to save our mother. So we go back to the city to kill the Grand Inquisitor.
How are we going?
Along the way, we find the last alchemist card
Been on the end of that.
and the last
I
collectibles.
wouldn't touch
Yeah,
that if I were you.
Why?
The flagellants whip themselves with it.
Yeah, look.
and another flower.
It survived all this.
Yes. Mommy's lovely.
We'll go
And then
together
Roderick's
and
blacksmith.
find another castle.
This is another missable achievement. And this is the last
Your
collectible.
visitor's manual. Are you serious? There's actually a manual for this shit. It was written before Vitalis. And we're
Then this rat battle with the Grand Inquisitor. Since he has the blood of Hugo, he can control the rest now.
Stay with Hugo.
Then we fight him with this. I don't even know what to say. And he is dead now, thankfully. Yeah. And this is the end of the game. After 3 days, there are no more rats, there are no more plagues.
You look like a big
And with our mother and Lucas, we set off.
Your own sister.
Thank you for watching.